So tell the world, what's your name and where are you from?
My name's Cora. I'm from London and I live in Berlin.
Okay.
And sorry, I should be looking at you. And I co-founded and co-run a modelling agency that's the only exclusively LGBTQI+ agency in Germany.
Okay,
So
lovely.
we're busy this week.
And can you tell us what are you wearing?
I would love to tell you. I'm wearing custom LUMA Studio.
No way. My brand if you're not aware.
These are what the fam. And these are vagabond. But the rest, bag included. Get a bit of these ruffles as well.
Yeah. Loving it.
I'm so happy. Like, it was totally a lesson in trust for me because I've never had someone make something for me like this. I've like borrowed pieces from designers but not had one made for me. Because you told me the concept a little bit but I didn't know what to expect properly. So when we put it on at the weekend, yeah, it couldn't have been more perfect. It really couldn't have been.
Yeah.
Like, also the way that you know how to make clothes for bodies that are not just tall and skinny. You know, it makes so much of a difference. Like I could tell that you understand how bodies work and how clothes sit on bodies that have curves, have lumps and bumps, whatever.
Which should be normal, but
should be completely
whatever.
normal, but it's actually super rare.
Yeah, we could unpack this later, but but yeah, that was a pleasure really to do it. I mean, I'm so happy with it.
Also, I can wear this as a jacket. I can wear this open.
Yeah.
So in the summer with maybe some shorts underneath. I love the back.
Totally.
And the length on me is perfect. Yeah, I'm so happy. You did such a good job, Mama.
Thank you, baby. And you know this a bit, but tell us more. Like, what are you doing in life?
You do many things because I'm a Gemini with ADHD and nothing is enough. But so yeah, I co-run a modelling agency and we don't just have models, we also have creatives, we also do production. We also, my co-founder and I, we serve as we provide consultancy and advisory services. So like big clients that are doing a Pride campaign need some actual queer people to come in and be like, wait, I don't think that sounds quite right, let's maybe change it around, whatever. I'm also a photographer, that's a big part of my life, so not only shooting our models, but that's how we met, is that I was shooting the vintage shop that you work with, and shooting some of my models even for the vintage shop that we work with together on. So things like that. Shooting like small designers in Berlin, like super important to me to work with independent people and like build each other up, you know, because like fashion is so elitist and so exclusionary, which is completely the opposite of what I think fashion should be. So that's my whole ethos and drive in everything I do.
Yeah. And check their work. We're gonna link it somewhere here or there. Here. Voila.
Click here.
In the frame.
You gotta get it exactly here.
I don't wait. Okay, for the intention. And okay, maybe what do you think about Berlin fashion?
Berlin fashion?
Yes.
I think there is a lot going on which is super exciting. I think there is more and more opportunities, I think. And I don't know, I have quite a lot of hope for what's going on in Berlin. Now the Berlin Fashion Week is coming up so much. Like after the last Fashion Week, I heard that a lot of people at the next Paris Fashion Week were talking about Berlin. Yeah. Which is super exciting because, you know, like Paris fashion people don't just gonna talk about anything. They only if it's chic enough, darling. So
you have to go see.
Yeah, exactly. So that's super exciting, and like there's some cool people working in Berlin. There really are. There are also some that I think are just gonna become irrelevant, and I mean that. I mean that as shade. I see your face. I do mean that as shade because. If you're not going to be booking, you're not going to be making, first of all, before anything else, you're not going to be making clothes for a large amount of people, a diverse amount of people. I don't care about it. You know? When a designer only makes clothes for skinny, tall people, cis people especially, that's a whole other story. That designer is showing who they place value in, who they think holds value in fashion and therefore in the world. And if that is only tall, skinny, cis white models, I don't think that's cool at all. So, yeah, I think there's a lot happening in Berlin on both ends of the spectrum. Yeah. And the one that I'm keen to pay attention to is the ones that I think are doing some really cool shit. Like, for example, I'm in the studio. Also, Kitchi Couture, who is showing tomorrow, that I'm so excited about. Melissa Minsa, fantastic. Yeah, just super excited about some of these people that are showing at the moment. And even just the shows I went to today, like, one was a lot less diverse than I expected and wanted and hoped for, and then the other one was way more diverse than I expected and hoped for. So, you know, it's we'll take what we can get when my whole job is like getting diverse models into work. So it's just good to be around and see what's going on.
Yeah, it's clicks to that, like, for real. And last question, what is your intention in life?
Intention? You're asking the big question. I think it's to leave the world a better place than I found it, so to say, when I stumbled across life itself. Also, just to lift up and build up and grow with people who are less advantaged than the majority of people, especially in Germany. Any kind of marginalised people are always going to be my priority in the work that I do, and the people that I'm going to pay the most attention to and give the most of my resources as a privileged person. Then people are going to get the most like recognition from me in what I'm trying to do with the agency, with the photography.
Yeah, and you're already doing it. So thank you so much for existing.
Thanks, you too.
Thank you so much for your time.
Sparkle, not shining no more. 'Cause my sparkle not shining not shining no more. When did you start believing in magic, magic? Oh, and when did you start feeling all this fear, all this fear? A little reality check. That's also the life of a freelancer, going to the unemployment agency in the morning and attending shows in the afternoon. Eh oui, your girl is a multidisciplinary artist and is looking for gigs or new clients. You can check on my socials below what I'm doing, but I'm basically a event manager, project manager, community manager, singer, designer, and even French teacher. You're actually listening to my new single, Believe in Magic, feat. Josh Diego. Go stream that, babe. You can also support me by checking my sustainable brand and pre-ordering this bag, or will be part of the next drop. Okay, back to the video. Not shining. The stars anymore.
Oh, hi.
Hi,
So what's your name and where are you from?
I'm Danny, and I'm German, Polish Londoner.
From everywhere.
Yeah, European, which is a little bit late, but yeah,
Boy.
kind of it.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you
And
too.
can you tell us about your outfit today?
So I'm wearing something I make myself.
No way.
Yes.
Okay. Oh la la. Tell us more.
I made this dress for a wedding, actually, like 2 years ago.
Wow.
But then
fabulous.
I never wore it, so I was like, it was
Such a
like,
shame.
it was like full covered, like it wasn't burned. And then last year, I was like, oh, let's just put a lighter to it. And I just burned it. Yeah. So then I burned the fabric and
So creative.
I just kind of had fun with it, because it was just in my wardrobe, but I was never wearing it because it was a little bit too formal. And yeah.
Oh, wow. I love it. And like, maybe where are the shoes from?
They're from Trippin.
Trippin?
Trippin. It's like a Berlin-based brand.
Okay.
And they like very artisanal shoes. I actually didn't get them myself. A friend gave them to me a few years ago, but every now and then I love to get them out. They're super comfy, actually.
Yeah, they look amazing, like really. And what about your jewels, maybe?
Oh, they're just like from a market. So what I do is like I either like wear my own clothes or I buy secondhand vintage. Been like that for the last 10, 20 years. Yeah.
And you were saying you're working in fashion, but what are you doing exactly in life?
So I used to work in fashion. I spent my 20s in London and I studied fashion design and worked in the industry. And then I had a burnout. So that was like 3 years ago and then I kind of stopped and didn't touch fashion at all. I now work in like social work. So I work with like severely addicted people and like a substitution practice.
Okay, wow.
And now I'm slowly tapping back into the fashion industry. I have a little sewing group there as like form of therapy with them. Yeah, it's quite nice. And now I'm like
so interesting.
Yeah, now I'm regaining the love for like creating stuff, through the experience of the people as well. And then I live here in Berlin, but I also live in the German countryside, where I'm from, where I was born and raised. And there I do a little fashion design course in Volkshochschule, so like an evening school. So like once a month
Oh my god, that's so nice because I guess it's not so common in like the countryside.
No, and I'm like, okay, so today I'm like glammed up, but I'm I'm still like a fashion bitch. So I go there and I kind of reconquer the territory. Like I'm from there. There was no queer people that were visible, and I'm kind of back there to show that we exist, that I exist, and kind of try to bring my the experience I've got from living in the big cities back there, and and I've had the course now for like a year and a half, and it's going really well. The people are super cute, and it's from age like 20 to 60, and it's like little countryside people, and I'm there turning up as like, okay, here am I doing the fashion design course.
I love it. That sounds beautiful. It's really, really beautiful.
Thank you.
And you interest, I traveled a bit, you live in London. What do you think about Berlin fashion?
So it's quite funny because I was here like 5 years ago. So while I was studying, I had like a year where I had to do like internships. And because I knew the London scene already a little bit, I was like, let's check out Berlin. So 2017, 18, I was here doing internships. And I was like, Berlin is cool. There's a vibe, but there's not really like a fashion thing happening yet, especially compared to London, which now is like so different. Like I can feel the vibe, like it's really coming to life, and I was a little bit scared last year. I came back to like a fashion event the first time and I was super anxious because I know this like cold, really cool vibe that London has, and here everyone is actually really lovely. So it took a little bit away the fear and people actually interacting with each other. I feel like there is a very political thing to Berlin fashion. And I think that's so important, like going to like queer events in the UK, like in London, I always felt like that's where the art world was. But here it's like very spread at this point, and everyone has like a strong voice, I feel like, and capitalism itself isn't like as big yet. So yeah, it's slowly turning into like a more sinister part of capitalism, I would say. Everything is getting really expensive, so that's tough, and so is fashion is becoming more unreachable, I think, for some people. But it's not as bad as it was in London yet, like there's still a very nice, friendly, human
chill
way,
vibe, human touch. Corporate,
No,
hire
no.
me for your marketing, whatever.
Yeah, no, I
Because
love
we're at the human touch events.
Yeah.
Voilà.
no, I actually that's why I love this, because like I was used by the industry, like I love what I do. I think I'm really good at what I do, like
Yeah.
pattern cutting and sewing especially. And in London, what people did is like take that energy to make more money and use me
okay.
more. So there was
Yeah.
no stop,
Yeah, like pure capitalism. Quite.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where here, I feel like there is still like you can still go home kind of vibe. Even though I haven't worked here in the industry for a while, so I feel like it's probably changing too.
But I guess it's everywhere that sometimes people are not paying or they abuse or from the hours and stuff.
like if you're a young designer, like, and you don't come from a wealthy background, there's just like so much pressure because you have this dream of like creating something, of like making a mark and just putting your art out there and have people, give you feedback that they feel what you kind of put out there, with the clothes. But at the same time, if you don't have the money to keep producing this, you kind of just have to make it with your labor, and with the people you pull in who also do a lot of labor. And we live in a world where you need to make money,
Yeah.
So unpaid internships, fucked, everything that is like paid on a really low level just makes it impossible to like survive. And I think when you're in fashion, people kind of expect you to do it. Because it's your dream. You're enjoying it.
Yes.
So fuck everything else.
It's your passion, voilà.
Yeah, it's so stupid. Like I remember graduating and we were like 90 people and just me and a friend actually found work. And it was like not designing, like that's not even close, like actually doing the labor that is behind it. And everyone else just took years or never actually got started in the industry because there's so much competition and everyone asks you to work without actually getting paid a lot,
Yeah.
So I kind of hope it's different here for most people, but as I said, I haven't really touched base here. I'm just observing it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Kind of separated my creativity and my art from these capitalistic pressures to actually feel the joy again.
Yeah, Yeah, but I think so. I mean, also discovering the scene. It's my first fashion week, first Berlin Fashion Week. But as we were speaking earlier, I was super surprised that I thought people would be more shallow. And everybody is actually so nice. So I think this is also a good for in general in Berlin. Like accessibility or something. I can relate to that and like strong voices like yours. Actually, I mean, people have actually something to say. It's not just like wind coming out from your mouth. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
It's an expression. I don't even know if it exists.
It doesn't matter, but it's so good. It's not just filling up the air, but crap. No, I agree. I agree. People do have something to say here, I think, and obviously there is the few people that are really. They come from money and they make money immediately. Like they're there, obviously, but there's also a lot of
them.
We kind of
call us.
Yes. It's the rich, by the way. Sooner or later. But I feel like because it's not as huge as, for example, London or Paris or Milan or New York, it's more from the ground up here, so it's like everyone ignored the city. The fashion history in Germany basically barely didn't exist after all the wars, all the horrible history, and there was so much focus on functionality. So Germans really completely lost their touch to style. And I feel like now it's not like the whole country develops a aesthetic, but like the individual spaces kind of like bubble up, like in Berlin from the club scene, like there's big influence of like all that dark, industrial, electronic vibes. Like you can feel them in the clothes, you can feel them in the people, because here also it's like connected to a lot of freedom. Now, when you go out here, you just vibe, you just party. It's like no phones allowed kind of vibe. You can do all the nasty things that you kind of dream of. It's like a little bit of Sodom and Gomorrah. And that translates now into capitalistic fashion as well. And people catch on, And it's quite nice to see like all these people loosening up, especially in a city like Berlin.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, and thank you. That was really interesting. I feel it's gonna sink in me, and thank you. It's very inspiring. And actually, where can we find your work or like yourself?
On myself, I obviously have Instagram. So it's danny.food. That's my personal thing where I just do whatever. I love like little things that I collect, like vases and stuff. So now my art goes into everything, not just clothes. And then I started a brand a few years ago called SETT.EU.
Okay.
And another U, but that's on break for now. Like I didn't have the money to carry it on.
But we're gonna check it out. And if anybody like rich wanna invest in some young creators, voila, you get the memo.
I'm gonna do it, but not for the profits, by the way. So you can invest in me and I'll carry my message, but don't make me work for that money though.
And last question, what is your intention in life?
My intention, I have to think a little. I feel like I kind of want to take it all in, you know? Like, from the burnout, all my dreams of my career and everything, they kind of became irrelevant because my health was just not there. You know, like I was not able to brush my teeth. I was not able to get out of bed. It took, as I said, 2.5 years to get out of it. So now my priorities are so different and I actually want to enjoy what I do. And yes, I need to make money. I need to like kind of sustain myself. But that's what I'm doing with the social work. So I'm also doing something to kind of give back. It gives me a lot of like really a feeling that I'm doing something meaningful apart from this huge machine, you know, and then I just want to do my art and connect with people and
Yeah, that's beautiful. And thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. That was so lovely.
Oh, hi.
How does it work?
So, hi. What's your name and where are you from?
My name is Mandy. I am from Germany, actually. I've been living in Berlin for 5 years now.
Okay, nice to meet you. And can you tell us a bit about your outfit? Like, where are the pieces from?
Yeah. So most of it is actually thrifted. The shoes I thrifted for €5.
Okay.
I tried something new today. I was like, okay, let me try some like colorful tights. That's the first time I tried this. This skirt actually is H&M, but
it's okay.
The cardigan is thrifted. The leather jacket is thrifted. I got it for like €30 recently.
Okay,
like,
wow. Real leather in
steel. Yeah. Very, very good quality. And then the bag is Telfar.
Yes. Nice. And what about your earrings?
Amazon.
Oh, but they're beautiful. They're beautiful. And what are you doing in life?
I'm a UX designer, so I'm in tech. I do product design.
Oh, wow. So it's super creative.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
And I design like apps and like different interfaces.
Yeah, because you were saying I thought that you're not in fashion or doing creative. But
I guess I am a creative.
It is, yeah. Great. And what do you think about Berlin fashion in general?
I think it's not as unique as people make it out to be.
This. But I hear you, girl. I hear you.
I do love the like all black outfits because I think it looks elegant and classy. But I feel like it's also kind of overdone. But it's also I've been trying to be a little bit more colorful. That's why I tried like the little like the tights. It's like the most colorful black. It's a start.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to try to implement more color this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, Berlin fashion is very boring. I feel like they can do better.
Oh my god, it's horrible because you're gonna give right to one of a person comments on my video did. And I was like, oh, don't be so hard.
No.
I feel you.
Berlin people, you need to try harder.
Make an effort. Come on. Bring some colors.
Like original. But yeah.
And what is your intention in life?
Well, so right now, I'm just trying to experience life to the fullest with all the highs and all of the lows. But I also want to leave a positive impact on the world. That's why I do what I do. So I work for a digital platform for women with breast cancer. And I feel like, of course I love being like creative and like having fun, but I feel like also I want to do something that like provides the greater good of society. And I feel like that's why I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to balance like being cool, but also like being a good person.
Yes, and you can do both.
Yes.
Genre being nice is cool, and being a good person is super cool.
I think so too.
But thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Show us the color. I found it so funny that you were like, yeah, colors and